All right, guys, getting ready for the descent. What a beautiful morning. Got up here early. Let me talk to you a little bit about the third water bottle cage. We talked about this, and I like that I got this bike with internal cable routing and that third water bottle cage. But what I don't like about the third water bottle cage is you're really limited on how big of a water bottle you can put there. And when you do put a water bottle there, it's going to get blasted with dirt. So you might want to consider just using that third water bottle cage for a tool kit or something like that. Now, I have thought about using one of those little roll-up tool kits, and you know how I told you I like wolf tooth stuff, and the wolf tooth has that B-Rad tool kit, and I'm trailblazing here, but the wolf tooth has that B-Rad toolkit that is a roll-up, and I've had other roll-up toolkits in the past. The thing about that is you're gonna get all this dirt and dust that's gonna go in every little crack in that roll-up mechanism, and I don't like that. So I think I'm gonna get like the mini barrel toolkit and do it that way, and have my pump next to my water bottle cage like I have on my other gravel bike. I have CO2 in my mini roll-up toolkit on my other gravel bike on that little pack, but I always carry a pump too. I don't do the electric ones. I've got nothing against them, but I just kind of prefer, if I'm going to have CO2 or if I'm going to have a pump, that I don't want to have just one, number one, and number two, I don't know if I want to have a little electric thing unless one of those, if it came up with one that was dual purpose and also was a charger, I think that would be great. But I carry a charger, and that's enough electronics besides my phone and obviously my GoPro. And sometimes I don't bring my GoPro. And I just saw this guy the other day that had a mount on his pack, on his camel pack, where it was a phone mount. So where he straps it across his chest to strap on the pack, there's a little holster there, and you can face your camera out and use your iPhone camera or Android phone camera and just record on that. And I think that's actually a great idea, because I mean, that's the next thing I'm going to get rid of probably, is this GoPro, and just start using my iPhone, just because I'm already going to carry the iPhone. The only thing is, like I said, you have to have extra battery when you're going on long trips. So I'm going to make my way down the mountain, but you see, I don't have to pedal. It's basically just controlled braking on all the way down. That's what I'm doing. There's no pedaling involved. And then when I get down to the city, it's still descent to my house. There's no flat spots. But these tires are hooking up great. Actually, I got it. I'll tell you what I have. I didn't talk about my tires earlier. I have the Kenda Alluvium 700 by 45. They're tan wall, which they make a really nice looking tan wall. It's a darker tan wall. I'm kind of picky. I don't like, I've had some tan walls that I bought that I never even used that I'm just going to give away. It came with a real light skin tan wall, and I just don't like the way they look. I like the darker ones. I'm actually waiting, and it's funny, I choose tires by looks as much as anything, and I'm waiting for the Continentals to come out with the 745 size of the new tires, because they have their gator wall, really dark brown tan wall, and I like those. It's like a brown wall, and that's why I got those Schwalbes too, because they had two versions and they had the darker brown one, so I got the darker brown one. I'm also going to be using my Schwalbe tire. I'm just going to switch the whole wheel set to the Explorer wheel set that has the Schwalbe tires on it, and put that on this bike next and be riding with that. But I'm really enjoying this wheel set, and these tires are perfect for this kind of terrain. I'm going to see how it does all the way up to Mount Wilson. Perhaps Mount Wilson will be a little too chunky for these. We'll see how it is on the first run, and then I'll try it with the other wheel set on the second run. But my goal is to do Mount Wilson more often this year. I used to do it more often years and years ago, but I just kind of got out of it because there's just so much more areas to ride that aren't so humiliatingly steep and just take every bit of energy out of you. Now that I can do it on a gravel bike that's lighter, and I can gear down my gravel bike to be more appropriate, Wilson is much more attainable. I'm not looking forward to doing that. Go up to the Cosmic Cafe and get a sandwich and some pickles and some pickle juice. So anyway, I'm going to make my way down. Wanted to show that to you. And you notice there's basically nothing but the tires down because of these wonderful Onyx hubs. And that's another thing too. I can't wait to be out in the mountain and not hear anything but my tires crunching the ground, and not hear any hub sound. There is a beauty to having a silent hub. So, and these hubs are just super bomb proof. I think I made a great choice with this wheel set, and if you're a wheel freak like me, do yourself a favor, contact Bird Spokes, get them to build you up a nice gravel set. I would even consider having them get that wheel set with the We Are One carbon rims. The gravel one is a little bit deeper dish. It's 25 millimeter internal width. I don't like to go that narrow on a gravel, but some of you may feel that that's the appropriate size, especially if you're only using like 700 by 38 or something like that tires. I think a 25 is fine. I have 700 by 36 tires on my 26.6 internal width rims. Those are the Velocity Blunt SS rims, and those pair up really nicely. And I've had 700 by 40 and 700 by 38 tires on those rims, and those were fine too. I don't think I would want to put 700 by 45 or 48 or 50 on a 25 millimeter internal width rim, but that's just me. I know people do it and there's no problem with it. You will get a lighter rim if you have a narrow rim, so it's a preference on weight versus a preference on do you really care about the weight, and would you rather have higher volume in your wheel and tire setup. So it's weight versus volume. With wider internal width rims means more volume. So I'll talk to you guys later, and thanks for watching. I'm gonna have to slow down, turn my video off in these drops.